I just wanted to go live on YouTube today because I wanted to talk about something that we don't necessarily talk about when we're talking about what's happening within the court system that we have been exposing. And I want to show a clip right now because this would be like, what you're about to see would be like the end result of, or maybe that's not the right way to say it, but what you're about to see more or less is the sort of like the end result okay, so all the advocates out there pushing for rights, and what this has done. So basically, you're about to see a clip. It's very, very touching. It's very encouraging. It's a true blessing, but it's the results of advocates working hard to end the adoption with it being closed door. Okay, and I'm going to show this, but then I have a lot to say about it. Right now, we're live on YouTube. Punish for Protecting is live on YouTube. If you have not subscribed yet for Protecting on YouTube, I highly recommend that you do, because we are going to be doing more lives on YouTube versus Facebook. We're trying to build up this channel for now because we do air on several TV channels, and we want you to be able to not miss out on anything when it hops, when we come live. So what I'm going to show you right now, is, I think, very powerful, and I believe that this is the results of advocates working hard and ending the horrific fact that for centuries, adoptions were closed and there was no looking back. Now they're giving people a choice. They're giving a choice. Always, of course, take the open choice. But, it's important that, I think that by seeing this, sometimes by seeing, okay, I'll give it to you this way. Hold on a minute. Let me just fix this here. Send this right now to Facebook. Okay, so sometimes because we show you the children being taken, we show you the children being robbed from their families, we show you the false allegations, we show you how judges render decisions that are wrong every day. From the minute the courts open till they close, judges are rendering decisions that are absolutely wrong. Okay, they're wrong on every level. And they're the reason why we fight so hard, and the reason why we fight to end this abuse to families. So what I'm about to show you is what happens now that the adoptions are allowed to be open. Okay, so we are live on YouTube. So I have a class that's coming in right now too, and I'm just going to ask all the people that are coming in as I move you over to be sure to mute yourself, because we are live on YouTube. And we are going to do this because we want to show America what happens now that we finally got to the place where people realize that closing adoptions. Now you have to remember what you're about to see here. What you're about to see here is an adoption that occurred, a long time ago. And I do need everybody to mute themselves, please. We're live on YouTube. What you're about to see is an adoption that happened, but it was a willing adoption. Okay. And the reason that I am showing this is because I want to talk about the progress we've made as advocates, and thank you to all those that made this happen. Okay. That said, wait a minute, why are we closing adoptions? Like, we've gone years and years and years with these closed adoptions. We've gone years and years and years with these courts that are closed. We've gone years and years and years where you can't bring your phones into court to record what they're doing. You have to order your transcripts through, now the transcripts start out audibly, and they end up on paper in black and white. So you have to trust this system that we cannot trust to go from point A to point B till you get the transcripts in your hands. And then as you're reading the transcripts, you're saying, you know what, I was there. I was in that court and I did not say that, or that did not happen, or this did not happen, or this piece of evidence was presented. Why is it not showing up now? So, we're in these positions where we go to fight these lower courts, okay? And I shouldn't even be saying courts, because we all know that they are for-profit private businesses, okay? We know that, we understand that, we've made that abundantly clear. But for argument's sake, right now, we're going to call them lower courts. And then you go to the higher courts to try to fight the travesties of what they're doing, the violations of what they're doing, and you can't fight them. That's why so many little percentages actually win. So you know that when you have a judge that gets cases overturned in the appellate court, he's really messing up bad. Like in Ulster County, for example, several appeals have already went against him that have won, because he's made the wrong decisions on either side. He's made the wrong decision to not protect. He's made the wrong decision to move a child into the hands of a parent that's not safe. He's done this. He's made the wrong decision when somebody was highly abusive and he pardoned them, so to speak. Okay. So we know that, some things do win, but it's very, very rare. And the percentages are very, very low. Okay. So I really wanted to go live with this, and I'm really, wanting to build up the YouTube channel. Since I've always gone live off of Facebook, I want to start bringing people over to YouTube, because it does make it easier for me in the whole broadcasting portion of this, because then it just literally goes straight to the TV channels. It goes straight to Long Island. It goes straight to, it goes straight to Upper New York. It goes straight to California, Delta TV, Channel 22, PA TV, Long Island. It goes straight to them. And then these things can be seen by a whole different audience than would watch, like, let's say, on Facebook or even YouTube. And you can always watch it on Facebook too, because we just transferred it over there as well. So we want to build this channel. We want to build this. And we do thank everybody that's joining in the class right now, because we do our regular weekly class pretty much every weeknight, that you be sure to mute yourselves so that we don't hear background noise. Okay, so for anyone that is joining right now, it is really important that you know that the reason I'm doing this right now, is because I want to show you what it looks like. And there's so much to this video, and I just cried through the whole video. I want to show you what it looks like when advocates fight, people get out there and fight to change something. Okay, because there's people that are out there that say nothing's happening. Listen, I've been doing this for 11 years. Things are happening. I promise you, things are happening. Okay, we're saving children from being taken. We're getting children back. And what you're about to see is proof that things are happening. Is it happening as fast as we want it? No, but is it happening faster than it was before? Yes. So stay encouraged. It's very hard. I'm not saying that it's not. This is traumatic. What families are going through. People say, why sometimes do you do a live with a parent that doesn't have their children? Wait a minute. I'm not here just to show you all the cases that win. I'm here to show you that we're going to stand with the parent. We're going to show the violations, and we're going to walk with that parent until they do get their children back. I don't just show the wins. I show the cycle. I'm trying to show America what's happening to families and how this is so wrong. It's just wrong on every level, And so we want to show you a lot of things. We want to educate people. We want to raise awareness. We want to show you the different scenarios and the different families and what happens. And come here, you come over here. So let me show you this, and then I have a little more to say. And obviously my class is coming in. Let me just show you. This is actually, I'm going to just set a little bit of a stage to this. Now, this is a very normal man. He is now 38 years old. This was actually filmed on December 28th, so the end of last year, December 28th, 2018, what I'm about to show you. This 38-year-old man, now think about this 38-year-old man, because the law changed to open the adoptions that were closed. And I don't know how we ever came to a place to say, let's close adoptions, because that would make us God, saying that we adopted out people, we adopted out children, and we just assumed they should just never see their biological families again. And we all agree, in history, this was what was agreed upon. Now, in time as we see now, what are we seeing? We're seeing that they're making one bad error after another. Unwilling parents are having their children taken and then forced adoption, right? And then closed adoption. They don't know where I know this because I deal with this around the clock. Where are my kids? I don't know where my children are. Okay. I'm getting a lot that are in psych wards. I'm getting all kinds of stuff. Children with futures and dreams and aspirations on drugs and sitting in a psych ward. Okay. Children that were basketball players and cheerleaders and had aspirations are sitting in psych wards, are sitting in hospitals, are not with their mothers or fathers or families or whatever that love them, that want them. Just last night, children were taken without a warrant, without a signed order. I have the paperwork. They were taken in Arizona, bad state. They were taken from Arizona. What happened? There was a CPS filled out form to ex parte. Listen, without a court date, just to ex parte, to take one of the children, because that child had a fever. It was a holistic practitioner. They took the child to, they checked the temperature. They claimed it was 105. They said, take the child to Phoenix Hospital right away. If you don't, that child could have meningitis. Could have. Didn't say that child had. All I know is about 20 police officers showed up in the middle of the night. So while we were sleeping, okay, now you got to understand there's also a time difference. While we were sleeping, because we do sleep sometimes much, these 20 police officers, to my knowledge, showed up, banged on the door, woke up a family, stressed out, traumatized, not just the parents, but the children, because they had an emergency, get those kids. And all they had was not a warrant, not an order. All they had was a signed piece of paper, a request basically on paper through CPS, Child Services. And all they had, police come, surround the place, bang on doors, come in, gunpoint, and steal all the children. And only one child was listed on that document. What does that tell you and me? Why do you think every day do you hear me hoarse, begging you to get in these classes, begging you to be the army that you are, begging you to join us so we can help you help one another to stop this? Because Arizona is a very bad state. All of them are bad states, but Arizona, they are plowing all over people. They are stealing children, and we should all be concerned about that. Okay. Let me show you. And again, we are live on YouTube, so I am going to ask everybody to please mute for now. And the reason why I'm showing this is because thanks to advocates working very, very hard, change the law that closed adoption into open adoption. This man, 38 years old, this is aired for the first time live on social media. I don't know why these things have to pop up. I try to shut this off. It angers me because it blocks everything. I've tried to shut that. I've had it off and it's on again. What you're about to see is this 38-year-old man. He met his biological parents for the first time. Now listen, these parents willingly gave him up, okay? They willingly gave him up. Why did they do that? And I don't know what happened with their extended family. I am all for biological family line. Only in the rarest of rare occasions when you really can't find a biological family line, or they genuinely are orphans, or really the whole entire family is an abuser, the whole family, the whole line of families are all abusers, find that. Do I not agree with biological family line? It's the only time. In this particular case, these were two 16-year-old kids. And just to tell you what happened was they ended up, these 16-year-old kids, giving up their son, their baby, into adoption. He went into a beautiful family. So we're not against people who adopt, okay? Because a lot of times there's wonderful families that adopt, but that doesn't. This is proof that he came from a loving and wonderful family, okay? That all they're talking about was what a blessing this is. And yet this young man, this 38-year-old man, wanted his biological parents. Now, listen to how amazing the story is and what this is such a testimony to a success occurring in our country and the fight being hard, but the fight winning, okay? And why this is important and why you all need to understand this and see this and understand this so that you can keep fighting. This family ended up staying together, getting married when they were older, And I believe they had 3 more children, but we're going to get to the bottom of that in a second. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Let me just make Christina a co-pilot here so she can bring people over while we're doing this, and make sure you mute everybody. Okay. So they married and had 3 more children, in which he gets to meet. Now just watch this. Let's make sure the volume's up. Because I have more to say about this when this is over. By the way, I gotta love Facebook and YouTube and Zoom and all this. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna try to make it bigger. It's good.
I think this is it. Y'all. They are here. Oh, yes, you're here. Oh my God, my heart's beating so fast. What a miracle. Such a blessing. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Ever again. It's like, never again. I'm sorry. What's going on, man? This is so amazing. Just let it out. This is real. This is real. I feel like it's not real again. All right. Say hey to everybody. They are here with you. Thank you. Hey, everyone. We can't see you, but oh, God. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. Nicole is sobbing. No. She's in this video. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a miracle. You know, I'm gonna, you guys are like twins. Oh my God. Thank you for sharing this moment with Facebook, family, and friends. So amazing.
So this 38-year-old man, I don't know if you all, let me just stop screen sharing here. I don't know if, like, I know that, for example, my son, the very first time he saw the ocean, hold on a minute, the dogs are like, the first time he saw the ocean, we were in Ocean Grove, New Jersey. And I remember he was probably, under a year old. I can't remember the exact age. And hold on a minute. He was under a year old, and he, I remember he saw the ocean, and he was like, his whole body shook. He was laughing, and his whole body shook with excitement. That 38-year-old man, did you see how he couldn't contain his whole entire body shook with excitement? And I just think that this is so powerful, and that when I look at that, I mean, so many things go through my head. So much time lost with family, children, and, you know, people that advocate sacrifice everything. Why though? Like, why would somebody sacrifice everything for this? Well, I mean, to me, there's like so many answers for that. I mean, people actually ask me that question. And it's like, how can you not sacrifice everything for this? How can you not? When we know that it's not just individually, it's every neighbor on every side of your home. It's everybody in every county in your state. It's everybody in every state next to us. It's our whole nation. All right. So if you all out there don't get educated as to what's really happening, and if you don't understand that this can happen to you, now you're saying, what is she talking about? That was a family that chose to give up their child because they were too young, and they ended up with a beautiful family. Yes, that's a happy ending, but okay, let's look at, my dog is like making me bananas. Let's look at why I chose to show this video tonight. It's a happy ending. It's a beautiful ending. But look at the story of this man. What did he want all these 38 years? What did he want? What did that man want? He wanted his biological family. That's what he wanted. He wanted his biological mom and dad. He obviously loves the mom and dad that adopted him. He came from a good home. They kept looking for these people. But all that being good, he had a place in him desperately needing his biological mom and dad. Thank God his ended up in a happy ending. Thank God he ended up in a good family. Do you know how many don't? Do you know how many don't? Do you guys understand just how many do not end up in a good family? Hold on a minute. Everybody, we are live on YouTube, so please don't, make sure you mute yourselves. So I had to show that because, yes, that is a wonderfully happy story. Okay. But like that mother, I need you guys to mute yourselves. I need you guys to mute yourselves. Hold on, please. That should just speak so many volumes to everybody that's watching this and that saw that video. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Dogs or children. Okay. Now, if that man like literally shook his whole entire body for seeing his biological mother and father, imagine children that are living with strangers and they're abused every single day. Or imagine the children last night that the police came pounding at their door in the middle of the night while they were sleeping. Now, mom took the child to the doctors. So this is a mother that took her child to the doctors. This isn't some mother that didn't. And trust me, people shouldn't have to take their children to a doctor for a fever. A fever is a body's natural way of healing itself, actually, unless you've got like 105 or 110. Okay. So a fever actually burns out what's going on in you if there's a viral infection or something. And obviously, okay, look at how many children they're stealing. They're literally taking ownership of your children. So if you guys don't learn what's going on, if you guys don't defend yourselves, if you guys don't learn how to protect yourselves, you can very well, or you already are in this place. So how can we fight as a nation, and how can we just sit back and just expect somebody else to do it? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's my job and it's your job to fix this. And it's also our job to, as hard as it is at times, as sad as it is at times, as traumatic as it is at times, that we literally have to shake it off at times and literally just simply keep going. and literally, you know, like if you were in a war, if you were actually in the middle of a battle, which you are, if you were in a war, if you were in the military and you were in war, you would not have time to lick your wounds. You would just wouldn't. And that might sound tough, and that might sound hard, and that might sound mean, right? But you wouldn't, because you have people being shot at all around you, and you can't just sit there and pity party and lick your wounds at that moment. Your focus, what you need to think about, because that's what I did when my son was in danger for almost 8 months. My only focus was keeping my family from crying and holding it together. And my eyesight, like my view, my vision was on my son. That was it. That was it. And no matter what I did to help anybody else or myself, that was what that's all I saw. That's all I focused on. Right? So that's what you and I have to do now. Even if you've gotten your children back, praise God, now keep fighting for your neighbors. Don't stop there. I know a lot of people that got their kids back promised me that they would be helping, and I helped them get their kids back. They're gone. They're gone. And I understand taking a short break. I get it. Okay. But not taking a forever break. I just don't think that's fair, but that's on them. So I showed this right now because I wanted you to see how that 38-year-old man shook for his mother and father and how they embraced each other, but they've missed 38 years of his life. Okay. And he missed 38 years with them. And that's a good family. Think about all those children all over our country. Okay. The walking wounded, the living dead. That's what they are. And it's really, really sad. And it's really, really sick that this is what our country has become. This is what we're looking at. Okay. I talk to youth. I talk to everybody. All right. They don't even know. It's like, I feel really bad for them because you have a lot of intelligent, you know, young adults, and you have to literally re-straighten them out because they're told so much propaganda and bullshit in college. And when you direct them back into, you know, being sensible, they do actually get it. Okay. Because they are smart. And when you direct them back, it doesn't take that much to direct them back into like reality of what's really happening. They see it and they can put the pieces together. And I like to pre-warn them before they walk down the aisle, before they have a child with somebody, you know, what they may be up against, what they more likely will be up against if we don't change this mess that we're seeing right now in front of our faces. I walked into a family court today and I told them in the window, that they were a private for-profit business, and they agreed with me. They agreed with me. I just want you to know that they agreed with me. They weren't going to argue with me. And what, you know, and I just had a little short discussion because I had to handle something today. No matter where I go, no matter who I talk to, I am going to talk about what's happening and how everybody should take to change it. And if I have to get before an attorney, if I have to get before a CPS worker, if I have to walk into a family fake fraud court, I am going to consciously tell them what's going on. And I'm also going to tell them exactly what I do, which is you have me standing in front of you, telling you something that you're doing wrong. Okay. And I would want somebody to do the same thing for me because we are accountable for one another. And now what are you going to do with this piece of information that I'm giving you? Because what you're receiving a paycheck on, what you actually are getting your Friday paycheck from is actually destroying families. Are you okay with that? And they just look at me. I don't really care. I don't care if it pricks their conscience, hopefully good. If it doesn't and they're that evil, I did my part. I did what I'm supposed to do. And I actually say that to them straight up. So you're getting a paycheck, you go on vacation, you know, you're putting your nest egg away. That's really good. Do you understand what you're doing to people? Do you understand that what you're doing right now is literally destroying people's homes? It's destroying everything they work for. It's destroying everything they've paid into. And above that, it's destroying their children. You're okay with that. I just want to lay that out for you. You're okay with what you're doing. You actually think that what happens every 10 minutes in one of these rooms that you call courtrooms, where a judge or an administrator, whatever you want to call the dude, is rendering an order, a fraudulent order, forcing people to follow this. Okay, we weren't put here to follow something in black and white. All right, we were not placed here on this earth to look at an order and say on Monday I can do this, on Tuesday I can do this. Like life doesn't work that way. Life just doesn't work that way. In domestic violence situations, when there's real abuse, I'm not talking about false allegation bullcrap. talking about real stuff. Nobody, I don't care who you are. You could thank Women's Lib for this. They are not protecting women and children. That's just foolishness if you think that. And those different things that are out there, they are not protecting the innocent people. They are not protecting good fathers. You're never going to get help from the fathers' rights movement. You better wake up, because you're just not going to get it. Okay. Anybody that's a good dad, you're never going to get help from the fathers' rights movement. No different than mothers that think they're going to get help from women's livers. It's just never going to happen. If you are a decent person and you love your children and you protect them and you provide for them, and you're going to look in any of those places, you might as well ask Satan to help you, prepare breakfast tomorrow. It's just complete and utter foolishness. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't even have any clue of what you're actually requesting help from. So don't even think you're going to get help from there. And that's why these people join these things and never, and I know this for sure, never get help from these places. It's up to us. And the only thing that makes you free is the truth. The truth is the only thing that will make you free. Can I just get a question here? Hold on. Nick is not joining, and there will be more joining, and we have new people. So I wanted to show that because I'm hoping that that's going to touch the heart of people that are watching. We have more things that are coming. I am going to be speaking soon. Like I've told people, I just haven't had a chance, had a busy day today. Hopefully tomorrow. I was telling you that I was going to put an earpiece in, and the person that we have that is actually in here right now goes by John Doe. We'll be speaking to help ask all of you to hear what we have to say and what you can all do to help move this country into what we're requesting to happen here in America, and what we want to do in order to stop this. Because here's how I feel, and here's how my conscience works with all of this. I know that there are people out there that want to lobby. I know that there are people out there that want to change laws. I know that there are people out there that want me to be a part of certain things because I can bring about change from the platform. I am not interested. I am not in any way, shape, or form interested in going before one of these fake administrators and begging them for my life or for your life. Okay. Yes. Do I think that sometimes we have no choice, in a sense, to go in because you might be in the middle of your case. And so we have to teach you what to do to protect yourself and protect your kids. That's one thing. But I am not interested in exhausting myself and wasting my time chasing my tail to beg them for mercy. No, those days are long gone. I am interested in abolishing this diabolical, evil, wicked system, period. It should have never been. It's carried out for way too many years. It is all affiliated with the fraud foster care forced adoption system. And it's all affiliated with what they call child protective services, which we know darn well are not. They are child predator services. And this is a child trafficking system and a family destroying system. So we're not doing that. What we're doing inside these classrooms, and you should be in them if you really want help, stop asking me for help and get in these classes and learn what we're doing so you can protect your families, because I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have or don't. I don't care what color you are. I hope you have faith in God, but I don't care what religion you are. It doesn't matter to me, and it certainly doesn't matter to them. You are not exempt from being destroyed. You're not. So wake up, snap out of it, and be sure to join us on Punished4, beingaparent.com, and register as fast as you can. Thank you.